That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Welcome to the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast, the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and this week is a huge week in the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is episode 44, Austin vs. Rock from Wrestlemania 15 from March of 1999, and JV, I fucking just said your name out there right away, because I know you've been looking forward to this match for a long, long time, since we started this show, almost a year ago at this point. We are here now, episode 44, and made it through from 96 now to March of 99. And here we are, Austin versus Rock, the first of the trilogy matches from WrestleMania. As I said, you wanted to get to this match a while ago. So, tell me about your excitement.
Oh yeah. I didn't know because I
I fucked up a little bit there.
Yeah, shitty trends. Your segue kind of sucked, but
fuck you.
The Rock. I've really been looking forward to this WrestleMania match because here's kind of where Stone Cold finally gets like his number one, dance partner. I mean, I know we've said like match wise, we had our hot take about Mankind, but this is like his true like villain, you know what I mean? His arch nemesis. They both become arch nemesis of each other, really. The Rock and Stone Cold. But from this point on, The Rock doesn't slow down. Like he's climaxing. He's The Rock now,
No, exactly. Yeah, this is
this is when The Rock and Stone Cold really starts. Like we had the teases earlier, but this is it. This lays out like the next couple years of WWE programming as far as top guys.
Right, and if you ask anybody about the Attitude Era, who's Austin's biggest dance partner, it's The Rock. Who's The Rock's biggest dance partner? It's Stone Cold.
Cold,
right. So that's where we're at, and this is just the beginning of it. Although it's not really the beginning of it if you've been listening to the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast, because we've talked about how only just a year ago, they were wrapping up their IC feud. And yes. Austin basically dropped the title to The Rock because he didn't want to lose the IC title to him. He's like, nah, I'm not letting this guy pin me for the IC title. If I'm going to go on to win the title at WrestleMania, I'm not dropping the title to him right now here in December of 97. So
The Rock wasn't ready then either.
No.
Like, I don't know. He really kicks it into gear over time. Because, he's
but
like a parody.
But
the original Rock character is like when he starts talking in third person and everything, it's a parody of what he is now.
Yeah, it's true. He does get more comfortable with it and everything. But you can see at that point he was starting to get a little bit better as a promo. And Austin wasn't just ready to just hand it all over to him. And
he wasn't ready. Fucking smart booking by Stone Cold.
Right.
Would have been too soon.
That's one of the situations where Stone Cold gets a little heat with backstage where he controlled his character. He's like, no, I'm like one of the hottest things. I'm not losing
right to the end
this title. I'm not losing this IC title to him. I'll give it to him. And even in my promo, I'll say, yeah, I'm on to bigger and better things. You can have this.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to win the Royal Rumble and I'm going to beat Shawn Michaels. That's what happened there. But here we are now, a year later, and The Rock, as he should be, is here on the big stage as the champion, and Stone Cold is ready to try to win that title back. So that's what we'll be talking about this week here on episode 44, Austin vs. Rock from WrestleMania 15 of March of 99. And last week we were building up to this episode on the March to Mania, episode 43, which just prior to starting the show, I was talking to JV and I said, shit, that past episode was our largest listener episode that we've had ever. Even greater than episode 1. So it's like our greatest numbers in 1 week. And as we record this, it hasn't even been a full week yet. So the numbers for that past episode are great. And I feel like I've been saying it for like the past 2-3 weeks. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks, guys, for pushing it out there, because it's been better numbers for us week after week after week. And I definitely want to thank our supporters, our podcast supporters, Talking Taker and Booking the Territory, all that. But for people that listen, I'm sure you're sharing with your friends too, that we just don't know of. But our numbers getting much larger, and we much appreciate it, because last week was an episode called March to Mania, covering 2 weeks in early March, where it was like Kane versus Stone Cold, Kane versus Mankind, where nobody ever talks about those matches. So, how the hell did that become our biggest episode? But hey, there it was. And thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully this episode can be just as big, because this is fucking the big deal here. This is Wrestlemania 15. This is Austin versus The Rock. And not that WrestleMania 15 is good, because WrestleMania 15 pretty much sucks ass. And JV, you can attest to that too.
Yeah, it's terrible, top to bottom. Oh, bottom to right before the tippity top.
Yeah, because the top is pretty damn good. So, before we get into it, though, I also want to point out that JV and I do the Extreme ECW live cast on the Booking the Territory Patreon feed. And this past week, we released our first Supercard Spectacular, and that is the Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular watch-along from the June 19th show in 1993. So that was a hell of a show. Hell of a show for an early Indies 1993 type of show. And only because we follow along with it, I thought we enjoyed it. But if you're following along with us on the Extreme ECW livecast, you'll definitely like to check that out. So that's a fun watch there. So if you're interested in that, go Booking Territory, BTT, Patreon.com, and subscribe at the $5 tier if you want more of us on the Extreme ECW livecast. But now let's get into our main show here, and we're starting off with Raw 303 from March 15th, 1999. We're live in San Jose. We're going to start off with a promo with The Rock. And I do want to point out that these Raw opening promos, and we've had this for maybe the past couple of weeks with Raws, but definitely leading up here to Mania, is that they become very extended. And they almost go long. Yeah, they almost go to like the 20-minute mark. So we're going to start off with The Rock, and we're going to break them up. So we're going to try to stay on point with what our storyline is here, is it's Rock versus Austin. So we got The Rock cutting a promo here. So let's listen to what The Rock has to say, and we'll get back to you in a few minutes or so. It's pretty lengthy. Rock has a lot to say, and this is The Rock in his prime. So definitely listen to The Rock, and we'll have some comments to say after that. So take a listen.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Good, he's focusing on Austin. That's what we need. He better be.
You have got exactly 13 unlucky days before The Rock does what he does best, and that's lay the smackdown on your candy ass.
Yeah, we're getting down to business.
Now The Rock proposes two options. Option number one is that you find the nearest set of...
Wait a minute. Listen to that chant, Michael. The Rock does not suck.
Is that you find the nearest set of train tracks and lay your head down on him, and you wait for that old midnight rock bottom special to go rolling down the line, and then wham! That'll ease Stone Cold's troubled mind.
Yeah.
Option number two is Stone Cold, you come to WrestleMania, you go one-on-one with the Great One, and The Rock will proceed to kick your monkey ass all over God's
WrestleMania. That's the option I picked right there.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, at WrestleMania, The Rock will prove to you and the millions and millions of The Rock's fans exactly why The Rock is the chosen one, why The Rock is the great one, and why, without a shadow of a doubt, The Rock is the best damn WWF champ there ever was.
Stand up and applaud, Michael Cole.
Now, for weeks, The Rock has said he cannot trust that 500-pound bag of monkey crap, Paul White.
Oh, no, wait a minute now. Calm down, Rock.
Last night on Heat,
Austin champs here at San Jose. Concentrate on Austin.
Last night on Heat, Stone Cold made it perfectly clear that Stone Cold and Paul White were together as one. So now The Rock says, Vince McMahon, The Rock has asked for answers to his questions you have not given. The Rock says, Vince, you bring your Rudy Poo Candy ass down that ramp and you sing that big song of monkey crap to The Rock if you smell. Hey, this ain't sing along with the champ. The Rock says it by himself. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
King The Rock has called out Mr. McMahon. I can't believe it. You can't. Rock! He's demanding the owner of the company. Oh, no. Oh, no. Look at that look on his face. He doesn't look too happy, King. How could he be? Whoa. He is a bit perturbed, to put it mildly. What do you expect? I mean, Mr. McMahon is the owner of the World Wrestling Federation. He gets called out by a member of the corporation. Granted, The Rock is the WWF champ, but Rock, you got to know your role. Mr. McMahon may understand, King, that his corporation is falling apart at the seams. It's crumbling. His two biggest superstars can't get along. Don't add fuel to the fire. This is serious. I don't like this.
Monkey crap.
Oh, no.
All right, so The Rock starts off basically saying, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you have an unlucky 13 days. So even that made me think The Rock is fucking on point. He even adds in the unlucky 13 days that we have until WrestleMania. So he's going to let his smack down on his candy ass. And while The Rock is good, like I said before, we cut to this promo, he does go back to common lines over and over again, which Austin does too, and that's what it takes to get promos over, is to have lines that the audience begins to know. But when you watch these like 3 within a week, they kind of become sick.
Yeah, it's definitely repetitive.
Yeah. I mean, once a week is like, all right, cool, it's funny.
Yeah.
Now that
he's still figuring out how far he can push the envelope, and what he's also handcuffed at the moment because he's a heel. So he can't, and the crowd is starting to like him.
Right.
Obviously, they already do. So they're starting to sing along with The Rock, which he is totally against. And like his promos just aren't as good as a heel. He's, in my opinion, he was a better face because he could work the crowd more to cheer for him.
Oh, exactly right. And I don't know.
I don't know how other people feel about that. Like, do you like heel Rock or do you like face Rock? I like heel Rock, but I think babyface Rock was better. I'll buy a lot.
Yeah, babyface Rock is the great Rock, in my opinion.
Yes,
heel Rock is great because he could be great as a heel, but at this point, it's already beyond that. He's babyface, and they're just forcing him into that role. If you go back to just November when he made that turn at Survivor Series, he was the biggest babyface, but they couldn't allow him to be big babyface because they still had Austin, and their direction was Austin. So how you gonna
he
have
was the biggest babyface besides Austin,
right? So that's why they had to make him join McMahon, so that they can get some more heat on him, and it worked. But now it's rubbing off at this point. It's been like 5 months. It's like fuck off.
Yeah, and
we like him again.
There's booking to that because I think the booking has something to do with that because he's not as strongly pro-corporate as he once was especially now since Paul White's come along, and there's that trust issues within the corporation itself, and The Rock's calling out his superior Vince McMahon, who is still the main heel on TV. So he's basically almost doing what Austin's doing, just from a different vantage point.
That's good.
Like he's questioning McMahon. He's and people like that because everyone knows McMahon's a scumbag. So they almost feel like The Rock's, I see he's trying to figure him out. He's one of us.
So maybe the writing already knows what direction they want to go with The Rock.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
It's like because they're already building up this Undertaker feud with McMahon too. It's like, all right, let's sneak Undertaker in as the heel and let The Rock get out of this picture when he loses the title.
And they'll get into the Taker.
I know. No, but we also have Triple H on the rise too, where they can let him jump into the picture too.
Yes.
But yes. So there's all that going on, and we'll get to that. But yeah, good points you bring up there because that does lead into the storytelling going forward.
But back to the promo.
Yeah. So
kick it off.
All right. So you got The Rock says you got option one. You find the nearest set of train tracks and you lay your head down. And when I was writing the notes for this, I was like, "What the fuck is he even talking about?" You lay your head down. You like. Stupid. That was option one.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I started to take notes on it because he's usually been pretty good with saying, number one, I do this. Number two, I do that. Number three, it's like option one. Well, you shit the bed on option number one.
Yeah, it's basically like, all right, kill yourself.
Yeah. Option number two is we're gonna go to WrestleMania and The Rock's gonna kick your monkey ass. Okay, fucking heard that 20 million times before.
Yeah.
It's just repetitive.
I do like the closing line though. The Rock will prove to you exactly why The Rock is the chosen one. The Rock is the great one. Like, I don't think he's chained those three together yet, but I was like, that was good. But option one was definitely weak.
Yeah, and he finishes that off with, I'm the best damn WWF champ there ever was. And that's great, too, because that's what he was saying back when he was the IC champion, too.
Yes. Yep.
So he's just continuing that.
Ever was.
Yes.
Not ever is.
I'm the best.
Ever was.
Yes. I'm the best IC champ there ever was. I'm the best WWF champ there ever was. So it's great confidence in his character. And then he does his la 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 la, and like you said before, he's not letting The Rock have a sing along with his catchphrases, and that's great heel work right there.
Yep.
But then we got Mr. McMahon come down. He's going to cut a promo, so let's listen to what he has to say about The Rock cooking some monkey crap.
Oh no! Shut up! I got something to say. He's in a bad mood. I got to say it straight to you, pal. Monkey crap? Monkey crap, huh? I smell what The Rock is cooking, all right, and it's a big load of monkey crap. Uh-oh! I knew this was going to happen! Who the hell do you think you are? Think maybe this Rock stuff is kind of going to your head. What you need is a reality check, Dwayne. Whoa! Uh-oh. After all I've done for you, this is what I get back? After all I've done for you, look at who you are, what you've become, and who do you owe? Who can you thank for that? Yeah, Dwayne. Think about it, Rock. Let me ask you, what about everything I've done for your family? What about everything I did for your dad? Rocky Johnson, huh? What about everything that my father did for your grandfather, the great High Chief Peter Maivia? This is gratitude? Let me tell you something. You may think that's your WWF championship. It's mine. Whoa, the boss laying down the law. He's laying down the snap.
And by God, you're not going to lose it. And I'm not going to lose it. Not to Stone Cold Steve Austin. No. Let me tell you something. So far, all this has just been a bad dream. There's no chance in hell it's going to turn into a nightmare. That nightmare would be Stone Cold defeating you for the WWF title at WrestleMania. That'd be a nightmare.
A nightmare for Mr. McMahon. You're not kidding.
Rock, you got to understand something. You have to understand this is family, okay? I know it's personal, and it's personal with me, and it's personal with you. I think of you just like I think of my son, Shane.
What a kind-hearted man. Please.
Think about it, Rock. Through 3 generations of your family, my family's been looking out for yours through 3 generations, Rock.
True.
Think about it. And so what do I do to protect the family? I reach out at great expense, and I bring in the Big Show. I bring in Paul White to protect the family. That's all. To protect the family. Now, he'll never be a family member, but that's all right. He'll provide protection. He'll do his job. And by God, Rock, think about it. He's done his job. Because when you think about what he's done to help you, to help me, to help you become the WWF title, the WWF champion, and win the title, and by God, he's going to help make damn well sure it stays around your waist at WrestleMania. Now, I understand that, but it's just a little extra added protection. Now, maybe Paul White isn't quick or is quick on the uptake as maybe you or me, but nonetheless, he will provide protection, and he will make damn well sure you walk out of WrestleMania the WWF champion.
Uh-oh.
All right, so as I said, McMahon comes out there and says The Rock is cooking a load of monkey crap, and I like this little quote that he has. He says, "You need a reality check, Dwayne. After all I've done for you, this is what I get back. What about your dad? What about your grandfather?" You know,
Makes it personal.
yeah. And
Is this the first time he's been addressed as Dwayne by like other performers, which Vince is at this time?
I would say so. Yeah, I don't remember hearing it at all. They've mentioned
That's
that
very like degrading.
They've mentioned that
Fall in line, Dwayne.
Yeah, exactly. But they've mentioned that he's the son of Rocky Johnson and the grandson of Peter Maivia. But they haven't said you're Dwayne. You're Rocky you're Rocky Maivia. No, you're Dwayne in this case. So yeah.
Everyone calls him Dwayne now. It's funny.
Yeah, that's the name he wants to go by now. I'm a movie star. I can't be The Rock.
Yeah. He's got fellow actors like, "Hey, The Rock. Hey, Rock." It's like, nah, my name's fucking Dwayne.
Dwayne. I'm not The Rock.
I would still want to be called The Rock.
No shit.
It's a fucking great name.
You are
not
The Rock.
The Rock. You're The Rock.
You're The Rock.
So you're like the one, The Rock everybody knows. You're The Rock. Not Mount Washington. Nobody cares about that Rock. Dwayne Johnson. Now that Rock. Here we go.
Unless McMahon said, if you want to be in Hollywood, you can't be The Rock.
Yeah.
You're gonna be Dwayne The Rock Johnson. You can't be The Rock Johnson.
But all his like social media is The Rock, right?
I believe so.
It'd be stupid not to. I don't want to say stupid, but I don't think it'd be in his best decision, his best interest to have gone away from that.
I think he's proven to be all right. Right?
That's what I'm saying. So he's probably not changing anytime soon. I get worried. He starts covering up his Brahma Bull tattoo.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's trying to hide wrestling?
Come on, man. Yeah. No, it is a pretty bad tattoo, though. Consider all the other badass tattoos he has.
Yeah.
That's like a rookie tattoo.
Ugh.
I'm like, dude, you're a millionaire now. You don't need rookie tattoos.
Yeah.
You're the biggest action star. Clean it up. I get it,
Gotta get rid of the
You can't be
sandwich
walking
tattoo.
around with
This fucking 1998 tattoo.
yeah, your cousin's friend gave you that tattoo. Like, he's got top of the line artist doing his shit now. His tattoos are dope.
All right, so McMahon's cutting this promo on him. He says that, that belt's mine. I want my belt back. It's going to be a nightmare if Stone Cold wins this title back. And I think of you like a member of my family. I've been taking care of your family for generations, which is a great promo because, as relating to today, because so many people always talk about, the Anoa'i family as being like in with the McMahons.
Yeah, like connected.
And he's basically saying it right here. It's like, our family's been connected for years. And this is before the past 20 years.
Yeah, this goes back to his father.
This is like really before The Rock. It's right at the time of The Rock, but this is before Usos and Nia Jax and everything that's come since. And they just continue that with that family. So he's basically...
Yeah, they're definitely like well connected.
Yeah, he's basically just putting it out there right now. Like, yeah. It's almost like there was a deal made between them. Like, all right, if shit goes down, your family's going to protect my family from these fucking southern wrestling promotions that don't want to try to kill me.
Yeah, right.
We're going to get these fucking Samoan families after you.
Yeah. Could just be a respect thing. Who knows?
That too.
Yeah. I don't know if has Vince McMahon ever done a book, like a biography?
Oh, no. That's what everyone's waiting for.
Dude, New York Times bestseller.
Oh, it's going to be huge.
He'll make so much money. He doesn't even do podcasts or anything.
Doesn't do shit. That's why it's going to make so much money when it comes out.
He's smart. It's better that he doesn't because that guy definitely has a lot of skeletons in his closet. And if he comes out and starts talking shit about people, other people, it's going to give, trolls and everything a reason to come out. He's got to. The guy's a billionaire. You got to have some kind of dirt on you to get that rich. Just the way it is.
He has dirt on him. He has dirt on everybody else, too, that he hasn't talked about.
What's that?
He has dirt on everybody else, though.
Yeah, he does.
That he hasn't talked about.
But I think people won't jump to Vince McMahon's defense as quickly as they will go offensive.
Yeah, obviously.
Because it'd be easy for other parties to corroborate stories against him. I don't know. That's just how I see it playing out.
Yeah. It'll be so interesting when there's a book
Great
out.
businessman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But on a side note, it's kind of on topic because we were talking about grandfathers. When I was a kid, I thought Ed McMahon was Vince McMahon's dad. You know who Ed McMahon is?
Yeah, no
is,
shit.
right?
It was Johnny Carson's sidekick. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was Vince McMahon's dad. When I was young, I was like, oh, yeah, it's his dad.
That's cool. All right, so McMahon's cutting that promo. He's saying that, you're part of my family. He said, I want to bring the Big Show, and he's obviously not a part of the family, but I brought him in here to protect you. I brought him in here to protect the title. Brought him in to protect my title. Basically, it was what it's all about, is that he doesn't want Austin to get the title. He just brought Big Show in, Paul White, Big Nasty, Big whatever the fuck. I just came up with a new nickname for him. People, over the past 20 years, people probably already said it, but he's the Big Shits.
Yeah.
So there's the Big Shits, and he's just there to protect the title so that Austin doesn't get it. And that kind of smoothed things over for a little bit there. And then you have the Big Show come out on like the fucking third part of this promo. So let's take another listen to it. And the Big Show is actually going to come out to that shitty music. It's actually shittier than the music JV thought was shitty back on the St. Valentine's Day Massacre episode 2 weeks ago. Where I liked the old 1930s one. JV was shitting on it.
Yeah, I thought this one was still better than that.
Well, I thought this one sucked too.
You know who comes up? You know who should have came out to that? That Aiden English guy. That's the type of shit.
All right, so let's take a listen to this promo. It's going to be a Big Show and Vince McMahon.
King, 7 feet, 500 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is. Here is the man who will defeat mankind at WrestleMania. Here is the man who will be the guest referee in the WWF Championship matchup at WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Big Show. Here is Paul White. The Big Show, Paul White. I think Mr. McMahon's got everything under control now.
Wait a minute. Maybe not.
What do you mean I'm not as quick on the uptake as you and him? You know something? You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I'm gonna take one of those great big checks that you gave me. Remember that great big check? I think I'm gonna cash it in on his punk ass. And if there's anything left, I'm gonna give you the change.
Wait a minute. Excuse me, please. I'll handle this. Now, wait just a moment. I'd like to say this, I'd like to say it just once. You were brought here at great expense, huge expense. You were brought here to do a job. Thus far, you've done your job. But I don't like the tenor in your voice. And I want to remind you, you keep cashing my checks, and you'll do exactly as I say, because Vince McMahon always gets his money's worth.
What? Oh, look at this!
You got you. I'll rip your damn head clean off. Don't you ever touch me again.
Rock, get him off! Oh, this is bad. This is real bad. King, the corporation is exploding.
All right. Okay, maybe I went a little too far. For both of you. No. This is my fault. And I'm going to straighten it out right now. Because look it, this is what Austin wants, damn it. Don't you both see that? That's what all these people want. And let me tell you, that's not what they're going to get. They're not going to get it. I'll tell you what they're going to get. They're going to get the two of you functioning in the corporation as one, as it should be. Both of you. That's what they're going to get, and they're going to get it right here tonight.
Huh?
Because you know why? Yeah.
What?
Because both of you are going to be functioning as a unit here tonight, just like you will at WrestleMania. By God, we're going to have ourselves a good old corporate tag team right here tonight.
What?
Yes, you are.
Those two partners?
Don't tell me. And let me say something about you. You're going to be able to work out some of these frustrations. I'm sensing you need it. Because one of your tag team opponents is going to be Mankind.
Whoa! Big show like that!
And Rock, the partner joining Mankind is going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Whoa! Not here tonight!
Now, damn it. Now shake hands. And shake hands like the corporate unit that both of you will be tonight and at WrestleMania. Now, damn it, I've had enough of both of you. Shake hands.
Look
now.
at McMahon the Peacemaker. This could be a historic moment. Let's see it happen. A corporate show of solidarity.
Yes!
A show of solidarity by Paul White and The Rock of the corporation. But King, right here tonight, the biggest tag team match in the history of Raw.
All right, so just prior to the big show coming out, Vince McMahon had said to The Rock to kind of just smooth things over. He said, you know, the big show is not quick on the uptake. He's not as quick on the uptake as us. So that kind of pissed off Big Show. And Big Show came out, and he was a little pissed off. You know, what do you mean I'm not as quick on the uptake as you or him? And everybody's thinking in the crowd, and we're all thinking, well, you're a fucking dumbass. That's what we're thinking. Yeah. You know, just as we've said on the past couple shows, and hey, maybe he's a fucking brilliant guy, but he's playing a dumbass, right? He's playing a dumbass. Even if he's not a dumbass in reality. Big Show character sucks.
Oh, yeah.
He's just dumb. He fucks up all the time.
And they didn't, like, yeah, and I don't know if it's definitely obviously booking.
It's gotta be.
You get the biggest, we had talked about this off before we were recording, and like, he's probably the biggest free agent. He's still young. He's a monster. He's like, usually you would expect the guy Vince would want, and he's totally making him like, the booking is just horrible.
It's almost like he has so much respect for Andre the Giant that he doesn't want him to be like another Andre the Giant. It's like, I'm not going to treat him like Andre the Giant because Andre the Giant is like up to, you can't see where my hand is, but he's up to this fucking level. And I'm not letting this guy just be at this level already. So I'm going to treat him like a monster, but he's a dumbass. He's not Andre the Giant yet.
Maybe it's because he was a WCW guy too. Maybe.
Well, that's definitely. I would say that's definitely part of it too.
Well, I mean, dude, there's exceptions to the rule, and the shape he's in, like, come on.
Yeah, in 1999 WCW, it was over. It's done.
Yeah, it's over. They're done. That ship's sunk.
Yeah, they're fucked.
It's just basically, life.
And I don't remember the last time prior to when Big Show shows up in '99 where he was actually on a show that meant anything for WCW. So he wasn't even like a main figure at that point. Hulk Hogan was barely anything at that point. I think he went back to red and yellow Hogan.
Yeah, I think by this time he was. Yeah, he goes back. They turn him face.
And I think NWO is all done. I mean, I don't know. People correct me.
No, I think they're still
off the top of my head.
No, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like basically a shit show in WCW at this point.
There's like a million different versions of the NWO though. So.
Yeah, well, even prior to '99.
No, but at this point, like, I think there's like even more. I forget.
Well, yeah, the LWO.
Was the LWO?
Yeah.
Yeah. The LWO had to be 99, right?
No, prior.
Who the fuck cares?
Prior. Yeah, who the fuck cares? But that's for another podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so Vince McMahon points out to Big Show when he comes out, I don't like the tenor in your voice. You keep cashing your checks, and he's just basically saying, I want my money's worth. McMahon's going to slap Big Show right across the face, which was a pretty fucking cool moment. He just gets worked up, slaps him in the face. Big Show grabs McMahon by the neck, backspins at the corner, and he said, this is my fault. This is what Austin wants. God damn it. Vince McMahon, of course. And you guys need to function together tonight. Talking about Big Show and The Rock. So you're going to be the corporate tag team tonight. Rock and Big Show versus Stone Cold and Mankind. I always fuck that up. Mankind, McMankind. There's got to be other people out there that have that. There's got to be a meme out there. McMankind, Mankind, McMankind. If not, I'm going to make one just to cover my ass. But yeah, so it's The Rock and Big Show versus Stone Cold and Mankind. And he says, shake hands. Shake hands, goddammit. So now The Rock and the Big Show are going to shake hands. So now we got the situation where, all right, they're buddies again. They're gonna go up against their two villains, their two opponents at the WrestleMania coming up. So that brings us to the match. So you're going to get Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mankind versus The Rock and Big Show. Which is crazy. This is a third week in a row where Stone Cold's going to have a match. So it's like I said on the last episode, Stone Cold is getting his time in. He's getting ready for Mania because he knows he needs to go not just 10 minutes. He needs to go like 30 minutes on the main event. So here we are, and we're going to start at the 1 hour, 22 minute mark, and it's going to go until the end of the show. The Rock gets on the mic, and he cuts his basic promo, and the crowd is loving it, which is crazy. We've talked about it. He's on the verge of being a babyface because once the crowd is into you, well, you can't be a heel. That's just how it is. So the match begins, and Austin makes his entrance. Big Show and The Rock double team Mankind. Austin heads out later, which has been typical lately, is that if you have a tag team match or you have like a three-way match, the first two guys will come out, and then Austin will come out later. It's like you calm the audience down, then they get the pop.
Yeah.
So they did that again here. So The Rock and Austin start the match in the ring officially, and you get the basic moves from Austin, back and forth. You get the Luthez press, punches elbow, goes for a pinfall, and a whole bunch of shit. JV, what'd you think of this match, though? I don't want to go through the whole fucking rundown of it, but what'd you have?
I didn't like it at all. And then it felt like once it starts to get going, I thought my network fucked up because it just kind of goes off the air with like Stone Cold's music.
It does randomly just go off with Stone Cold's music. Yeah, it does. So, yeah,
I was like, hold on, let me go back here. What the fuck? And I'm like, oh, like no, that's it.
I mean, so there is like the normal back and forth between Rock and Stone Cold, which I thought was like, all right, cool. We get to see him a little bit, going back and forth at it, and you get to see some of the moves. But in my opinion, I always hate when you build up to a big match and you get to see them just weeks before.
I was just
going out
that.
in the ring.
I hate this booking decision, and they still do it to this day. It's like you want, especially back in '99 when you had to fucking buy pay-per-views, like you were dropping $50 for pay-per-views.
I don't want to see them in a tag team match at all.
Yeah, you're giving away the main event. Like, don't have these guys wrestle in a ring for at least like over, at the very minimum, like no sooner than a month.
Don't even have Mankind versus Big Show because that's a WrestleMania match too. So don't have that. Don't even have the tag team match. Have like Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Test. And fucking
yeah. Well, the Mankind Big Show, I don't mind if they would have done that before, but the match that you're selling, you know what I mean? Like people are buying. What are you buying when you buy WrestleMania 15? You're buying Rock versus Austin. Everything else is just kind of like secondary.
But the argument would be, I guess, is that, well, you're going up against Nitro, and we've already said Nitro is nothing at this fucking time. But I guess that's their thought still, is that there's...
I don't like it either, but I mean, I still think it's... I don't think it's as big of a deal as giving away the main event.
Don't give away the fucking main event. Don't put it on Raw 2 weeks before and have them have contact with each other. I like the kind of things where they sneak up on each other and they stun each other, or somebody runs in, the Rock runs in, gives a rock bottom. Not, let's have 5 minutes in the match. Like, no, I don't want to see that. And if you have to if you have to give your audience that means that they don't watch your product enough. So fuck them. They don't watch what you're selling. Don't sell it to them.
Yeah, sell to the people that are spending money. I don't know. I think you always want to kind of appeal to
your audience,
your core fan base, your audience. Which, like, I don't know, WWE gets away from that even more and more.
Well, I guess they're at the time where they're thinking that we're gonna go public. We're on TV Guide now, so we want people just tuning in that are like, what is this? And I always thought the whole idea of, what is this kind of show? Let me check it out. I don't think many people do that. I think you get low percentage of TV viewers tuning in.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think the cost of doing that is worth bastardizing your fucking core fan base, which is what
I think they continue to do. Just keep with your core fan base.
Oh yeah.
And everything will work out if you keep with your core fan base.
Yeah, you want to keep, those. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
No,
but sometimes you are like now. I don't want to get into it, but you start losing your core fan base because eventually they just get fed up. It's like, what the fuck, You're not giving me what I want to fucking see, so later.
Yeah. Well, it's like in podcast. Like, all right, we have this show, Stone Cold Steve Austin. If people told us to start talking about something else more, we'd be like, no, fuck you. Don't listen. Because this is about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, we give you a lot about the Attitude Era, but don't ask us to, you need to focus more on The Rock a little bit more. Like, no, that's not the show. So
this ain't The Rock.
So that's what WWE needs to do, is just, you don't like what we do? Go watch something else. And if there's nothing else,
people doing it anyway.
Well, yeah, they're doing it anyway. Don't complain about it.
It's a tough environment.
Watch what you want. All right.
Now AEW is going to anyhow.
Well, that's good for wrestling. All right, so what happens there in the end is you get this match between the main events. Actually, not even the main events. It's the shit show of Mankind and Big Show, and then Austin and The Rock. And what you got here is in the end, it ends up into a no contest. And as you said, JV, the show ends up with Austin's music playing. And you get no finish there. It's kind of a bullshit finish. And then we go to Heat 34 from March 21st, 1999 in San Jose, California. This was taped on March 15th, 1999, and it's The Rock and the Corporation promo, and there's really not much to it, but Vince McMahon comes out with the Big Show. Actually, no, Vince McMahon and the Big Show are not there, so The Rock is there, actually, and he says he's in charge, and he's gonna be running the show tonight. He challenges the Big Boss Man. Shane McMahon's all pissed off. He's trying to calm The Rock down, and that's really all it is. So it's just a no-show from Vince McMahon, and The Rock's trying to claim some power in the corporation, which is a point you brought up earlier, is that The Rock is trying to make himself the main guy when Vince McMahon's not around. And this...
Yeah, which is, I don't disagree with him.
Right.
He's the fucking champ. You would think, like, hey, in any strong organization or, group, clan, anything, like, you have a leader.
Right.
Like, there's a hierarchy. You know what I mean? There's an organizational chart. And
he's not one to just accept Vince McMahon, because he's been through a shit with Vince McMahon. Yeah. He's like, nah, I don't think you're the real boss. Like, yeah. I'm better. You just need me.
When I said clan was a bad choice of words, and the reason I said clan is because there's a lot of video game clans. I'm not thinking like the fucking
no
clan.
one's thinking that.
Let's be clear on that.
If anything,
when else do you hear the word clan?
Yeah, Foot Clan. That's what I was thinking. Fucking Ninja Turtles, Foot Clan.
I got worried. I was like, oh shit.
I was saying the only clan I think of is the
2019. Foot Clan. You gotta watch everything you say.
Yeah, not in the. We're Northerners. We're thinking of Foot Clan.
Yeah.
All right, so that Heat 34 is basically nothing. You can check it out. There's some shit we'll talk about later on the Attitude Era update. A little bit. But basically it's The Rock challenging Boss Man. He's going to have a match with the Boss Man to kick the shit out of him. Then we go to Raw 304, and this is March 22nd, 1999. So we're on the go-home show, WrestleMania. And this is live from Albany, New York. And you get the show starting with Austin walking into the arena, and he walks up to a Coors Light truck, and a driver's in there, and he goes, hey, can I have an autograph? And Austin says, hey, I'll do you one better. Get back to me in a few minutes. I'll be right back. And that leaves us hanging like, oh, what the fuck's he going to do with this? And we all know what it is, but hey, we're not going to tell you now. We're going to build up to it. So we get an opening promo from Mr. McMahon, along with Shane and The Rock, starting at 3 minutes and 16 seconds, 3:16. And McMahon comes out. He says it's great to stand between two great champions, the European champion and the world champion, going into WrestleMania, and they'll be fighting for their championships. So Vince is going to let Shane cut a little shitty promo. And Shane says he can't wait until Mania, and he wants to fight in his street fight with X-Pac tonight. He doesn't want to wait until WrestleMania. He wants to fight tonight in his Grinch street fight. And meanwhile, there's been promos, which we'll mention a little later. He has these promos with the Mean Street Posse. So he wants to fight tonight. And McMahon is going to inform The Undertaker that he's going to have his hands full with the Ministry. And McMahon claims that The Undertaker and Austin are now conspiring to divide his attention. I thought that was a great point to bring up, because that was something that came up a while back, where McMahon was thinking that Austin and Undertaker were going against him. Now he's bringing it up again. It's like, oh, Undertaker and Austin are still working against me. Because if you remember, like 6 months ago, that was kind of the storyline. Like, you didn't trust who Undertaker was with, who Kane was with, and McMahon was claiming that, Austin and Undertaker are against me. So,
yeah, he's always paranoid. But hey, when you have that much power, I guess paranoia just kind of eventually follows.
Oh, yeah.
You get worried about losing your power.
You're always afraid of losing what you have.
Yeah.
So,
unless you have nothing, like me. Not true.
No. McMahon claims he hasn't devoted as much time preventing Austin from regaining the championship, which I thought was a great point, because in the weeks building up, there hasn't been much attention to McMahon worrying about Austin. It's always been McMahon and Undertaker over the past few weeks on Raw. So it's good that they wrote that in finally that, I haven't been devoting much attention because The Undertaker's been getting my attention. And that's why I think Austin is conspiring with The Undertaker. So it was a good way to wrap that in. Because there's probably people thinking, or dirt sheets thinking, your storytelling sucks because it's not connected to anything. Now he's trying to connect it. So there's that. And then we get to the next promo, which is going to be The Rock. The Rock's going to make his way out. And he's going to cut a little promo here. So let's take a listen to that.
He is The Rock.
As you know, Vince, by looking into The Rock's eyes, that The Rock is focused, because you see Stone Cold Steve Austin, we are 6 days away before The Rock goes into Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Rock's home away from home, and without a shadow of a doubt, end the career of the biggest piece of Texas trailer park trash walking Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes! Hey! Wait a minute!
Well, that doesn't surprise The Rock that you're watching back there, Stone Cold, because there's something about The Rock that draws you to The Rock. There's an aura of the Great One that makes you cannot wait to go one-on-one with yours truly, Stone Cold Steve Austin. The fact of the matter is this, is that The Rock
Calm down, people! The millions and millions of his fans! Millions. And millions.
The fact of the matter is this, is that when it's all said and done, all The Rock smoke is cleared. There ain't no way, and The Rock means no way, that Stone Cold Steve Austin will ever beat The Rock to become the WWF champ.
It could happen Sunday at WrestleMania. No way! Hey! Where's he going? If he's got any sense, he's leaving.
That's right. You damn right he left the building. You go out and you get yourself a breath of fresh air, because I'll tell you what, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you make no mistake about it. The Rock lives for two things. And the first thing The Rock lives for is to entertain the millions.
Yeah. Listen up now.
And millions of The Rock's fans. And the second thing The Rock lives for is to kick your monkey ass all over God's green earth if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Oh, that was the best one yet.
All right, so The Rock comes out. He claims that he's focused on Texas Rattlesnake, the biggest piece of Texas trailer park trash. And Austin's watching backstage while this is going on. So it's good to hear this, because The Rock finally, he needs to keep continuing focus on Austin here. So it's good to have a little part of the promo here being focused on Austin. So he says, when it's all said and done, there ain't no way that Stone Cold Steve Austin will ever beat The Rock to become the WWF champion. The fuck is that? WWF. I'm like, Worldwide Wrestling Federation here. WWF champion. And at that point, Austin's going to walk off, and they make it seem like, oh, he's leaving the arena. So The Rock's like, you're damn right. You left the building. You go off, catch some fresh air. And The Rock lives for two things: to entertain the millions and millions of The Rock's fans. And when I was listening to that, I was like, damn right, because that's what he does do. He entertains the millions and the millions of Rock's fans.
Yep.
To this day.
Yes.
He was all about it. He bought into McMahon's logic from day one. It's like, oh, that's how I make money then, I guess. He wasn't like, oh, I got to be a good wrestler. It's like, no, I got to listen to this guy.
Yeah.
Because he became a millionaire, so I'm going to listen to what he has to say. and I'm going to entertain. I'm not going to wrestle. I'm going to entertain.
Then he could still wrestle, but entertaining is what makes wrestling. I don't think technical matches are cool, but I mean, come on. It's the entertainment value. Period. Right. It's the even like the corniness of it all works.
That's what sells.
Yeah.
Sorry to say.
Until it gets like goofy, then there's corny that's acceptable, and then there's corny that's just like eh.
Yeah, it's not even a thin line. There's a line though. Yeah. All right, so The Rock says he's gonna entertain his millions of fans, and he's gonna kick fucking Austin's ass. Blah 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 blah. He cuts his thing, and he says this numerous times, like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat your ass on God's green earth," and blah blah blah. And Jerry Lawler says, "This has been one of the best yet." So this is the best promo by The Rock yet. After The Rock says, "If you smell la 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 la," like he does that extended la 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 that he hasn't done yet. And Jerry Lawler points out, "Well, that's his best one yet." And I was like, shit, you're right. Because from that point on, he does it like that way every single time.
Yep.
So it's almost like he listened to Jerry Lawler's comment and was like, fuck, I guess I got to do that all the time now. All right, so there's The Rock's part. And then Mankind and McMahon are going to continue on from this point. So McMahon's going to take the mic back and say, "You might say this is not fair. You know, it's just 6 days until WrestleMania, and Austin has to take on the Big Show tonight." So that was a match that was created by Shane McMahon the night before. They just kind of snuck it in very last minute on the heat. It says, "Oh, Austin's going to take on the Big Show." So that's what match is set for the night. They say, "You're right, it's not fair, but to make it fair, the special ref is going to be The Rock." So Mankind comes out. He says, "That's a great idea, Vince, but I'm the best ref there is. I'm the best ref there was. I'm the best ref there ever will be. And I suggest The Rock and I get inside this very ring tonight, and the winner will become tonight's main event referee. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus the Big Show, Paul White. What do you say, Vince?" And then Vince says, "You've been having a few too many brews with Stone Cold Steve Austin in the back." And then my thought is already, how many times does Mankind have to go through like this special guest referee bullshit? Just like nonstop. How many times?
Yeah.
It's like everything that he's involved with over this month is, "Oh, I want to be a special referee." So The Rock's going to tell him to kiss his ass. Mankind's going to respond that, he gave up ass for Lent. Which is, Mankind just sneaks in those funny lines.
It was funny. I like that was good. I
gave up ass for Lent.
I actually gave that up for Lent. And they even look at him like, what?
Yeah, they didn't even get it.
I don't think they know what the fuck he's coming with half the time. And his shit's always out of left field. Like, what the fuck?
They probably didn't even know what Lent was.
Nah, I think Vince is Catholic or something.
Oh, yeah, it probably is.
McMahon, like he's Irish, right?
That's you're right. I
think that's what they do. A Protestant.
Mankind says he thought, he would go this route. So Mankind pulls out a letter. From Shawn Michaels, the Kabish, HBK. And it states, "There will be a match between Mankind and The Rock, and it will determine who the ref is for this main event." What the fuck? Why would Mankind come out and complain and shit if he already knew I already got this. I got this ace in the hole right here. Why do I need to say anything? Maybe he's just looking for an easy out, I guess. Oh, well. So you got that. So there's going to be that match. There's going to be Austin and Big Show. And there's going to be a match that determines who the referee is. Mankind versus The Rock. More fucking main event guys and matches with each other leading up to WrestleMania. Ugh, okay. Whatever. We already belabored the point. But now to the next part of the promo. And, man, This is fucking extended openings for these Raws, man.
Yeah, they're fucking massive. But hey, this is what they're selling, you know?
Yeah, you're right. This is the big part of the show because the rest of the show is going to suck.
And at the time, I mean, even rewatching it, I'm like, this is awesome. Like, oh,
yeah, this is the best part of the show. The first 20 minutes.
From a podcast standpoint, it's a lot to cover.
Well, I think our listeners would agree with, like, yeah, this is the shit we want to hear about.
Yeah.
Not Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett versus Deborah and fucking somebody. Some bullshit like that. All right, so we have McMahon and Austin are going to face off here. So Vince continues there. He says, I'm sure Shawn Michaels is having a little fun in San Antonio, Texas as the commissioner. You know, The Rock won't mind taking Mankind apart one more time. And The Rock says, you know, I have no problem doing that. I agreed to that match. And then you have Austin's music hits. And that's 13 minutes into the show. And Austin's going to fucking drive into the arena with the Coors Light truck.
So epic.
So he paid off that Coors Light truck driver. Here's the money. He dropped his bags off first. He said, I'll be right back. Comes back, gets the truck. Fucking busts right through. And he even lifts the Titantron, too. I thought the Titantron might fucking whack off. Yeah, that sounds funny. Whack off. But
What?
So Austin drives through there. Austin gets out. He climbs up to the top of the truck. He starts pegging everybody off. He gets the mic. And he's not wearing his new shirts. He's back to the Austin 316 t-shirt. So I just want to point that out because I like to mention the t-shirts here. And he's going back. He's going back to the beginning here with the Austin 316 t-shirt. So from there, we wanted to hear what goes down from commentary, from all that happens here with this Austin beer bath. So take a listen.
If you're ready for WrestleMania, give me a hell yeah. You damn right, because Stone Cold Steve Austin has been jerked around long enough. And I will say this, with Paul White as a special referee or without him, it really don't make a damn because that belt is coming with me, and that's all I got to say about that. For the last few weeks, shut your little lips before I come there and punch your little glasses off right now. For the last few weeks, I come out here and I sit here and listen to you spin your little nursery rhymes about Jabroni Avenue or Know Your Road Boulevard. Jesus Christ, son, you better get your ass serious because Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to take his ass to Philadelphia, check right in to the SmackDown Hotel, roll right in to room 316, and burn that son of a bitch to the ground.
The rattlesnake's ornery tonight!
You look at me. Take your little glasses off so I can see your eyeballs, son. Pull them off because I want you to look right here. When that bell rings and the match is over, you are looking at the next WWF champion, and that's the bottom line that Stone Cold said so.
King Stone Cold Steve Austin is focused!
As far as right now goes, the big celebration afterwards, Stone Cold's gonna drink a hell of a lot of beer, but I think we ought to share a little pre-match beer right now.
Pre-match beer? He's gonna break.
I'll tell you what, hey, Stone Cold Jabroni, you come out here and you make your idle threats like you're the great one, but obviously you're not. So The Rock says you take that truck and drive it right back down Know Your Road Boulevard. You drive it right back to Jabroni Drive and you check your candy.
Wait a minute! Stone Cold! It's beer! Stone Cold with a beer bath! A beer bath on the corporation! Stone Cold! The corporation! A beer bath! You gotta be kidding me! Any time for Austin! He's drowning Mr. McMahon in beer! Stone Cold
All right, so Austin's on the mic there. He says, if you're ready for WrestleMania, give me a hell yeah. And he says, this belt's coming with me. No matter if Paul White is the special ref. That's all I got to say about it. And that's become like one of his slogans. It's like, that's all I got to say about it. It's almost like he doesn't want to say that's the bottom line. And he doesn't feel sure about how he wants to end it. So he's like, man, that's all I got to say about that. And I put in my notes, I was like, that should be a fucking TV that should be one of their t-shirts, rather. That should be a slogan. And that's all I got to say about that.
Isn't that that's like Forrest Gump's thing, though? Right?
Oh, that's good. Pretty close. Yeah, you're right.
Right. When he gives that big speech to like the Vietnam crowd or whatever.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
You're right. All right, so back to Austin. He says, for the last few weeks, shut your little lips before I knock off your little glasses. That's what Austin says to The Rock. So The Rock's in the ring, got his little glasses on, and he's cutting a hell of a promo here. He says, I come out here and listen to you spew your nursery rhymes about Jabroni Ave, Know Your Role, Boulevard. Jesus Christ, son. Better get your ass serious because Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to head to Philadelphia and check right into the SmackDown Hotel and roll right into room 316 and burn that son of a bitch to the ground. That was fucking priceless part of that promo.
Yep.
It's like, wow, he just worked in all the Rock's things and then even put in his own spin on it. It's like, I'm rolling into your hotel and I'm going to go into room 316. Like, that's fucking awesome. Going into room 316. That's fucking sweet there. So, love that. That's a great part of the promo. That's at 15 minutes, 24 seconds, and that goes until 15:51. So that's a great clip to go back to. We just played it for you, but fucking go back and watch it because The Rock's face is priceless. Austin looked awesome standing on top of the beer truck. Fucking awesome. So The Rock is pissed, and he's tempting Austin. He's like trying to tell him, get the fuck in here, get the fuck in here. And he says, you'll look at me, take your little glasses off. I can see your eye. I want to see your eyeballs, son. When that bell rings and this match is over, you're looking at the next WWF champion, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. So Austin steps down from the hood, which I can't believe he has even the composure. He must not drink anything yet. But he had the composure to get down from the top down to the hood. He says, I want to share a little pre-match beer with you. He gets down even a little further. The Rock grabs the mic, tells Austin, take that truck and drive it down Know Your Role Boulevard and Jabroni Drive. And Austin's getting the hose ready. And nobody knows what's going on.
Really? You don't think people are kind of onto it? I think I recall being like onto it. Like, but I don't know. Maybe I wasn't.
But what the fuck? Beer truck has a fucking hose. Like, why would a beer truck ever have a fucking hose?
I've never really thought of
that. Unless they're trying to dump the remnants,
probably how
maybe?
They clean it out or something. There's got to be a reason.
Yeah,
like I didn't find it out of the norm that it did that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're probably right. All right, so there we go. Right after that point, he's gonna get that hose out and he's gonna fucking start spraying the beer all over Vince, The Rock, Shane, all over the place at 16 minutes, and it's just fucking classic. JV, share your thoughts with this.
Oh, I muted you for a second. My bad. I mean, it's one of the most epic moments in Stone Cold's career, like all time. This is a lot of people remember this.
This is fucking great. I forgot this was right before this WrestleMania.
Me too. I did as well. You associate Stone Cold with beer, even to this day. So you remember the things he does with beer. You have the fucking the fight with Booker T. I think he hits him with beer and shit in the supermarket,
in the grocery store.
I don't know. And then you think of this is the ultimate beer bath, which ends up getting mocked and not mocked, but copied. With Kurt Angle in the future using a milk truck, and I think it's been used even since then for something else. Who the fuck knows? Probably water, but it's one of the Stone Cold's most epic moments.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Coors Light, like that's kind of where everyone finally like realized like, oh, that's his beer of choice. And he's actually like not a light beer drinker. He's like a fucking strong beer.
Now he drinks his El Segundo.
Oh, that's his now.
Well, that's the company that makes his beer, the Broken Skull.
That's the brewery
IPA.
or whatever.
Yeah, El Segundo.
I thought it was the Broken Skull. That makes sense, but no, it's beer, and Stone Cold is beer.
Yeah.
And
so yeah, this is fucking one of the greatest moments in Raw history.
The Zamboni, all this other stuff. It's like, how's he going to top all this other shit he's done?
This is
like the peak.
I think this tops the Zamboni.
Oh, me too. I remember confused when we were watching, like when I first went back and watched Zamboni. I'm like, is this? Can't shoot beer with this because like I forgot the difference between the two moments because it's like a middle light Zamboni, isn't it? Is there a beer sponsor on the Zamboni when he comes out?
Yeah, it's a middle light.
So I always get the two confused, but no, it's the Coors Light he comes out with, and
it's Coors Light truck splashes them around, and years later it'll be only way to like kind of replicate this is when Kurt Angle comes out and uses the milk truck.
Yeah, and I thought there was someone else that used it for something else, but those are the two most memorable. But you always remember the beer one, was like the pioneer. First to bat.
Yeah.
And it's weird how early in the show it is.
Right.
So they're wetting everything,
like,
and there's still like people got to go and wrestle and shit, and perform.
Yeah, it's fucking 14 minutes into the show.
Like I would, if this was a poll, it's like, at what point of Raw did this spot happen? Before watching, like, end of fucking Raw, probably close the show.
Yeah.
And no, it's fucking starts the show.
Yeah, so fucking definitely a great moment there. You got Vince McMahon swimming in the beer too. He's just like flapping around,
overselling, which is his thing.
That's great. That's great overselling.
Yeah.
Like, cause he should be overselling. That's great comedy. So he has good comedic timing there too. Classic moment, fucking yeah. So Austin's gonna climb back on a truck. He's gonna start drinking some more beers. He cracks them open, and they're just fucking drenched in beer. And then we get to this match. We get to the special ref match, Rock versus Mankind. It's going to happen at 50 seconds and 50 minutes and head to 57 minutes in the show, so halfway through the show, basically. So the winner will be the special ref, the Raw main event, during the Austin versus Big Show match. So we're going to fucking match for a special ref of a Raw match. And I don't want to belabor the whole thing, so let's just get basically down to the finish here. Mankind's going to win, and he's going to be the special ref during this match. What leads to that, basically, though, is that there's going to be a ref bump. Tim White's going to take the bump. Mankind and The Rock are going to both hit each other with a DDT. So it's like a double DDT, which is fucking crazy. And they both go for covers, but Tim White is out, and Mankind's going to go for Mr. Sacco. Big Show comes down to the ring and chokeslams Mankind. Tim White's going to notice it, call for the DQ. The Rock is pissed and thinks that it's a conspiracy again. Mankind wins, so he's going to be the special ref during the Austin versus Big Show match. And just stupid because, The Rock should be strong going into WrestleMania, not getting screwed again. It's like, why do we gotta have these special ref matches over and over again? Just make your champ look strong. Why is he always gonna lose in some weird technicality?
Yeah, what the fuck? It's so predictable, too.
Yeah, it's always got to be a screw job in these matches. People like to shit on WCW at the same time, like I do. But sometimes when I watch back WWF, it's like, oh shit, they're doing the same crap.
Well, one of our good friends, Brian, said something the other day in our group chat that was kind of like sad but true. He's like, WWE is basically like WCW 1999 right now. Which is ballsy to say, but I mean, kind of odd.
Shit.
Did you catch him? I was like, that's good.
Yeah. Shit.
I think it's an extreme comparison, but I can see the similarities.
Yeah, but it's a different time. Man, we could do a whole show on that.
Yeah.
It's a different time because they're not losing money. They're not suffering. People are watching.
Well, yeah, they have other
There's a lot
sources of fucking revenue now. That's the fucking thing.
Right.
They're worldwide.
We're
now.
watching. Right. You know, we're watching the network so we can do this podcast. So, like, yeah. So they're making money just because of other people using their material. They don't have to be watching their current product to make money.
No. They got fucking guaranteed $10 a month from fucking X amount of people.
Whereas AEW is starting off from the bottom. They got to build up their whole shit. And meanwhile, they got to compete against the fucking top wrestlers. Even if they're not being pushed as the top, they are actually the top wrestlers out there.
Yeah, they're the best.
And if they get unleashed at some point where, all right, guys, cut your own promos, do your own shit, they'll kick the shit out of them, probably.
Maybe. Still a lot of good talent at AEW.
Well, yeah. Well, that'll step everything up, though.
Yeah.
It'll step everything up. All right, so fuck that. Well, we don't.
What are we on to now? I forgot
we're on to. Oh, we just finished the matchup here with The Rock and Mankind. So, Mankind's going to be a special ref in a match, and that leads us to one last promo before this main event match: Stone Cold Steve Austin, Paul White. So yeah, Vince McMahon comes out. He's all disheveled. I don't know what the fuck his problem is, but he's in a suit jacket. He has no shirt. He's all fucked up. That's because he got the beer all spilled.
Yeah, but it's just like funny. It's like, dude, you could have put a fucking. You have no other shirts in the back. He just wants to show his physique. And good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, he's just trying to show his chest.
He probably did shower. It looks like he showered or something because his hair looks like way too neat for someone who just got fucking beer all over it. Yeah.
Although there is one point during this where he's sitting at ringside. He just looks fucked up. like wow, he looks fucked up. So they replay the bear incident, and he tells Austin he will pay for this tonight, and Austin will never become the champ. There's no chance in hell that he ever becomes the champ at WrestleMania. But he doesn't say he guarantees it, so that means that's not going to be a guarantee. Now, The Rock is introduced as a special guest commentator for the main event. And here we go. This leads us to the match. McMahon says that the Big Show, Paul White, is coming out. And he comes out to his shitty Valentine's Day music. But he does look fucking good, finally. Big Show looks good heading into this match. He actually looks like a fucking threat.
They're finally like showcasing how like a freak of an athlete this guy fucking is for a dude his size. Like,
right. Exactly. All right, so that brings us to the match. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Big Show with Mankind as a special ref and The Rock on commentary. It starts at 1 hour, 23 minutes. And it's going to go to the end of the show. And here we go. We got fucking right from the start, though, you got Michael Cole saying, this is the biggest match in the history of Raw. And he said this numerous times throughout this episode of Raw. And it fucking annoyed the shit out of me.
It's annoying, yeah. Like quit repeating yourself. And it's not. So
it's not. It's not even close. Like, if you're trying to refer to, like, it's the biggest match because it's the Big Show, then that's stupid, too.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to hear you brag about yourself fucking you. Like, do it once or twice. Once you start, continuously shoving it down people's throat, you just sound like a fucking asshole.
But I guess I can't.
Michael Cole always sounds like.
He does. I mean, but I think I said it a couple weeks back, but he's being fed these lines. Like, he's just being told what to say.
Hey.
And it sucks.
But
he's saying it. He doesn't have the balls to say, nah, not saying it.
Or maybe he could say it differently. A lot of it is, how you present it.
Yeah.
He just sucks at it.
Yeah.
I've never been a big Michael Cole fan. Respect him. Everything he's done for the product. He's obviously talented, but I don't know. We grew up seeing
JR,
fucking Bobby Heenan, Tony Schiavone.
Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah. Jesse the Body Ventura to an extent in the early 90s.
Even Vince McMahon. So it's tough, who Michael Cole has to stack up against. But yeah,
I definitely respect the hell out of the guy's contributions to wrestling.
What's funny though, there's a huge generation of kids watching wrestling that in 10, 20 years they'll be like, oh, Michael Cole's the best.
Yeah, that's all they
knew.
Yeah. And you got to give it to him. I mean, he's
been around that long.
Tune out because of him.
Hey, just think.
That's not his job. His job ain't to bring in viewers.
We're 20 years later doing a podcast covering something from 1999, and he's the commentator.
Yeah, he's the guy. Like, who the fuck
Right.
has more seniority than him? Besides, like, The Undertaker.
Right.
On, like, the entire fucking roster.
Crazy. All right, so here we are. Michael Cole saying this is one of the biggest matches, whatever. But they do cut very close, little side segment before this match starts with a TV guide. On a special TV guide, it'll be on March 22nd through March 22nd, 1999 through the 29th. It's going to be 4 issues of TV Guide: Austin, Mankind, The Rock, and Sable, leading up to WrestleMania. And only reason why I really want to mention that now is because I just fucking ordered the Stone Cold Steve Austin issue, and it's going to show up tomorrow.
Nice.
So I had to get it, a little special collector's thing that I used to have them because I used to collect TV Guides back in the day. My grandparents used to get them all the time. I used to save every one. I used to rip off the little address thing, be really close about it so that it didn't leave any streaks or anything. Right? Just save the shit out of them. But then when I got older and I didn't care about collecting anything, when I say older, I was like 16 and I didn't give a shit about them anymore. I said, throw them all out. Look at them ass.
Where the fuck are you going to put them, though?
Yeah, I know. And the same thing with my wrestling magazines from like 90, 91, 92, 93. When I thought I was done with wrestling, I said, I don't need those anymore. Fucking lost them all. Probably somebody else has them right now. Found them in the trash. Well, they're just destroyed. But anyway, here we go. We're at this match here. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Big Show. And JV, what did you think about this match? I talked to you a little early, and you said, Big Show's looking pretty good in this match.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best he's looked, from any position in WWE at this point. Is actually wrestling here. So he's obviously sucked on the mic. We haven't seen much out of him performance-wise, in ring. So this is the best he's looked. So this is where we kind of, see why he's the Big Show and why he was the biggest free agent in wrestling at the time, quote unquote.
Yeah, I totally agree. So we start to see what the Big Show is here.
That's where it hit me too. It's like, man, they really kind of like. I wouldn't say his introduction to WWE was a home run.
No, of course it's not.
So, which
it's been
I said that earlier in the episode.
Yeah, we were saying in an early episode. It's basically like he's playing lackey into looking like a chump and just getting Austin over more while making The Rock seem like McMahon's fucking with The Rock. Like, oh, you brought this guy in here that's supposed to help me, but all he's doing is screwing me. So that's
and his insecurity, I'm sure they're with The Rock. If you
right, like, you bring this big star over. Yeah, you bring this big star over from our competition, and he's supposed to be helping me, but he's fucking me every single turn.
And you're worried. I mean, the guy's fucking obviously a massive man and a fucking attraction just, himself. He doesn't really have to do anything, and you get the wow factor out of him. Yeah. It's like, wow, look at that guy. He's fucking over 7 feet tall and jacked and moves like he's fucking like 6'5", 6'4", 6'5".
But this is definitely a match I would recommend going back to watch. I'd say so. It gets some good time on Raw. It's about 10 minutes of time. And Austin is in wrestling shape. He's ready to go for WrestleMania. So he's putting on a hell of a match against Big Show. And Big Show's going back and forth. He's doing big man shit. So it's kind of like watching a Hogan match where Austin is in the Hogan position where he's got to battle this big guy and come back, and he gets that comeback from the big guy, and he's gonna attempt to make that big comeback, but he doesn't ultimately get it. He gets to the point where he gets to do the Luthez press and some punches. But Mankind's going to go for a cover. He goes for a 2 count. And then at that point, Austin needs to go for a steel chair to try to finally get over on Big Show. So he starts whacking Big Show with the chair over the head a few times. And then Austin finally hits the stunner and goes for the count. And he gets the 3 count. So they actually let Austin pin Big Show, as they should, because he's going for the fucking title. How does he not beat the Big Show? But like you were saying, Big Show's in this position where He hasn't done shit. He's been fucking everything up in his first singles match. He loses. He's gonna lose his first singles match. What the hell?
And I don't have a problem with that.
No, in this situation, I don't either, because he probably shouldn't have been in this situation in the first place either.
No. Look, I mean, look at the fucking shit they did for like Ryback. You know, had him beating 2 people and shit. You didn't see fucking a Big Show come through that door and think like, wow, you didn't have that idea then. Let's just have this guy smash on some fucking, enhanced talent enhancement, whatever the fuck you want to, the politically correct way to call it, jobber.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. They just could have done other things with him.
Totally.
Instead of making him like a bumbling buffoon and like a dumb giant. Like, just because he's tall, he's got to be dumb? What the fuck? Gonna fuck everything up?
Well, that's probably Vince McMahon's thinking. Oh, he's big.
Oh, you're tall.
You're a dumbass.
Tall people are dumb.
Well, we're victims of saying that the past couple weeks, too.
Well, that's how they're booking him. That's why.
Yeah. That's why we say
he's obviously not a dumb guy.
Yeah, right. All right, so when this match ends, The Rock's going to run in, attack Austin, and they go back and forth. The Rock's going to hit the rock bottom, so finally you get a situation where The Rock and Austin get some heat building up to WrestleMania. Finally. That leads us to the pre-show, WrestleMania on Heat 35, March 28th, 1999. All right, so this Heat pre-show is going to start off with a promo from Mr. McMahon and the Big Show. And Mr. McMahon is going to talk about how many have hoped and prayed that Austin will win the title. And he tells the crowd they are in for a big disappointment. So this is how McMahon has been started off many of these pre-shows for pay-per-views on Heat, is that he comes out with these promos saying, oh, Austin's going to lose, blah, blah, blah. And McMahon announces that the main event is going to be no DQ. So that's a big thing. That's a big change to what's going on. And it's also going to play a major factor into the match. It's also going to be a major factor into the commentary of the pay-per-view, because Jerry Lawler is going to fuck up with remembering that this is a no DQ match numerous times. So McMahon's going to introduce during this promo the Big Show. And this promo sucks, but we got to play it because, JV, is this your all hell no? It's my all hell no too.
I had to.
Right.
I was gonna go something else, but I think this is just.
I figured if we're gonna play it, might as well both be our all hell no's.
Yeah, this ruins everything I was trying to do to protect him. Like, give him like excuses for sucking, and he goes into.
I've watched it twice, and I listened the first time. It's like, okay, he sucks. This promo sucks. Then I watched the second time just to watch Vince McMahon's face. And Vince McMahon's face looks like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, why did I do this? You don't a guy like that doesn't need to talk.
Right, why did I let him talk so much? Why did I give him so much money? What the fuck is...
Well, I could get, like, the money.
Yeah, so I give him the money, all right, because he's a big guy. He's gonna be in a good spot where I can put him in big matches and stuff. He can fight The Undertaker. He can fight Kane. He can fight all these people. But why am I going to let him talk? Why is he cutting a promo?
Yeah.
All right, so let's listen to this shitty-ass promo. This is our oh hell no moment of the week.
If he beats Mankind at WrestleMania.
Austin, not no, but hell no. All bets are off. You wanted the attention of the Big Show? Well, Buster, you got it. And that is not necessarily a good thing. You think I'm going to be tough with you? I'm going to give you a little clue of what's going to happen. Now, Mankind, no, wait a minute. Not Mankind. Let me talk to Mrs. Foley. That man that left your house today, that packed his bag and came to WrestleMania, I want you to remember exactly what he looked like. Because what I'm sending back to you after tonight is not going to look anything like what left. Now, Mankind, It's a big rumor that you like pain. You fall off the top of cages. You get thrown through stages. You land on thumbtacks. And you get your teeth knocked right out of your mouth and you smile and you like pain. Well, buddy, if you like pain, you're gonna love what I have in store for you tonight. And all you are is an idiot that I have to mow through like grass. And I am the lawnmower. And I will cut you down, slice you, and throw you away to do my job. And my job is to protect the WWF title, to make sure that it stays around the waist of the most electrifying champion that has ever graced this sport. And I mean The Rock. And I'm going to execute my job with extreme prejudice. Now, Austin, everybody calls you the Rattlesnake. I'm not afraid of snakes. I like them. I like to clip their tails, make keychains, and skin them while they're alive, and make my damn boots. Now everybody says that you're the toughest SOB in the WWF. Well, tonight, you're on my time. So when you walk through that door, I'm gonna find out if you are the toughest SOB or if that's just a clever way to sell some damn t-shirts. Now, you think you're all that? I'm gonna step over this rope. I'm gonna walk down this aisle. I'm gonna put a chair up right by the back door. And you walk through that back door, it's gonna be showtime. I'll take your tatted carcass and I'm done with it. Throw it here in the ring, and The Rock's gonna cover you and beat you 1, 2, 3. And that's not the bottom line. That's the last word.
Whoa! Man, oh man. The Big Show, Paul White.
Oh, man. JV, I want your take first on this. What do you got? Do you want me to lead you in, or do you have shit to say?
No, not really. It sucks. I mean, if listeners don't see that, then I guess we just have very different opinions in what's considered a good promo.
Well,
this is like a fucking, vanilla promo from like a fucking, local indie show.
Oh man, all right, so here's some of the lines that you got. Austin, you want the attention of the Big Show? Well, Buster, you got it.
Yeah, called him Buster.
Hey, Buster.
Who the fuck calls anyone Buster?
Hey, Buster. And then another one. Well, he's talking about Mrs. Foley.
Yeah.
He said, no. I'm going to mow your grass. And I'm the lawnmower.
Terrible.
What the fuck is that?
Terrible. There's a better fucking joke in the Goonies.
Then he reiterates, my job is to protect The Rock's WWF Championship. Austin, I'm not afraid of snakes. I like to skin them and make them my damn boots.
Yeah, horrible.
And that's not the bottom line. That's the last word. Like he's trying to get over his new thing.
Yeah, what did WCW write that for him? Like, hey, I got this left over. Can I use it?
It's Bischoff on the line. Hey, sneak in that last word line. You couldn't use it here, but try to get it over.
Yeah. Or he's probably just like, they wouldn't let me use this in WCW. I'm going to use it now. Like, he had it fucking saved.
So as I was saying when I watched it, I noticed the first time, but I wanted to rewatch again to just watch Vince the whole time, the second time. And when Big Show's done, Vince just looks pissed. And it's almost like he's being pissed for character, but he's also being pissed because what the fuck was that? What the hell was just on my TV for 30 seconds or for 2 minutes or whatever the fuck it was?
Like, come on, they didn't hear this guy rehearse it.
Didn't rehearse shit.
He was probably like, "We know this sucks, and I'm just gonna sell it that it sucks."
So then,
because he totally could have just sold it like, oh yeah, like that face he does like when he's excited about something. Like he could have like. That's another point where it's like poor Big Show. Like they just kind of
shit on him.
No one really has his back. Like he's still young. He's still relatively green. Like whatever. He was world champion in WCW, but that was rushed.
Right. And he's
with like the Dungeon of Doom and all that shit. Like I don't know. Like he had a supporting cast and shit.
Well, McMahon, this is moments before WrestleMania, so McMahon's kind of shitting his pants. Like, fuck.
Yeah. But, he could have faked it. You know what they say, right? Fake it till you make it.
You're right. He could have been like, oh, yeah, it's a big motherfucker.
Maybe that was maybe that was unprofessional by Vince McMahon.
Right.
Like, help your buddy out. He's your coworker. Have his back. You're his fucking boss and you're paying him tons of money. Maybe we think of that differently if you look back at Vince McMahon's reaction and, the way he's reacting might have helped his promo. No, it's all in the production. I don't know why I keep sticking up for Big Show.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like a Big Show fan.
Right. All afternoon, any messages we shared with each other, you're shitting on the Big Show. Now you're changing your tune a little bit. Hey.
Well, I said he sucked, but I think a lot of it had to do with the position he was put in.
Yeah,
booking.
That is a totally shitty spot he's put in.
Like, he's not a guy that can create for himself. Like,
If anything, he should have been put in a position where when Kane was turning on the corporation, they should have kept with that, and then Big Show comes in and just fucking fucks with Kane.
Yeah. That's his fucking equalizer. Because who's Kane's equalizer? Taker, his fucking brother. They're the two fucking, alpha beings in WWE as far as size. Yeah. So, whatever. Yeah.
Or you could have had fuck, I don't know. But yeah, it should have been something different. But.
Yeah, it's just, the lore of the Attitude Era, everyone just thinks like everything was flawless. Like nothing went wrong.
Plenty of shit.
There was a lot of shit.
And I said
there was more stuff that stick than does now, but there was still a lot of
97. Shit. I mean, 97 wasn't totally Attitude yet, but 97 was fucking awesome. First half of 98 is awesome. When we get towards later 98 and into 99, it starts to fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, The Rock and Austin are excelling, but everything else,
crap.
Even though you got Triple H up and coming, it's still, for the most part, it's just kind of like junky.
You get memorable stuff.
They jumped a shark already, or...
Yeah.
No, because you do get the Taker. I don't know. I just feel like everyone acts like top to bottom. You watch an episode of fucking Raw, and it was just like, oh, nothing sucked.
No, there's plenty of sucked.
Yeah, there's actually like half of it probably sucked. They didn't have 2 hours. Just because it was 2 hours, it's not like they had 2 hours of good TV. They still had about
that's the difference.
The problem is it's 3 hours now, and it's like fucking 40 minutes of good TV. So
that's the difference between a 36-year-old watching Raw and a 16-year-old watching Raw.
Yeah. No, but even at this point, I remember like thinking, I was 16, 15. And I was not losing interest, but I wasn't. It was losing it a little.
I was,
the Monday Night Wars are fading. The competition isn't there
at
anymore.
this point, I was fading out. Yeah, and plus, like I said last week's episode, I had just started working my first job, 16 years old.
Yeah.
So I wasn't watching as much. I watched pay-per-views, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on weekly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was definitely changing of times. Whereas before, I was watching everything, and taping everything, and watching everything over again because I had nothing fucking else to do. Like a loser. Yeah. But hey, that's what I was.
I had basketball, I remember, around this time, so I probably didn't. But I remember watching it still. Like, I fucking watched every pay-per-view. I was still going to, like, my dad's buddy's house and up until college, really. And then I kind of... Anyhow, back to... All
right, so let's wrap.
That's from my biography.
Hey, people like to hear a little random shit about our lives, I think. Or not.
Yeah. I know when it's 10:30 at night and I still
yeah. Well, we got work to do, and I gotta wake up and watch my kids and yeah. All right, so we had that. That's our all hell no. So now we move on to WrestleMania. So that brings us to WrestleMania, basically.
What about Hell Yeah? Did we do that?
No. We did all hell no because it came up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We got a lot to go. So we're at WrestleMania 15 now, and this is Mankind versus The Big Show. And that's what was just kind of being built up here, is that this match is going to be who gets the referee spot for the main event at WrestleMania 15. So Mankind's going to defeat the Big Show by disqualification at 6 minutes into the match. And Big Show is going to hit a chokeslam on Mankind through 2 steel chairs set up inside the ring. And Vince McMahon comes out and starts to berate the Big Show for losing the match by DQ. So Big Show is going to fuck up again. So again, that goes with what we've been talking about for the past 2 weeks, is that Big Show just constantly fucks up what Vince McMahon wants to accomplish. So obviously it's work there. It's booking. And Big Show is sick of Vince McMahon, knocks him out with a punch, knocks him out fucking cold. And Mankind is taken from the ring on a stretcher because his ass was beaten. So it's said that Mankind is not going to be able to be the special ref, even though he won the match. Big Show can't be the special ref either because he lost, and he also knocked out the boss. So there's no special ref. So that means, and we'll get to it in a minute, but I'll just say it now. Vince McMahon is going to be the special ref. He's going to proclaim himself the special ref of the main event. So that brings us now to the main event of WrestleMania 15. March 28th, 1999, live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, before we get totally into it, I do want to mention that this Saturday, JV and I will be releasing a special edition watch-along live commentary episode of this match, as we do with the past WrestleManias that we've covered of Stone Cold Steve Austin's career. So definitely check that out this Saturday. We don't really want to go totally into all this because we talk about it for, a good 40 minutes this weekend. But we don't want to alienate those of you that don't listen to the watch-alongs. So we will cover the match in a little bit of detail.
Though I would like to alienate all of you. I'd love to. Go listen to the fucking watch-along. A lot of work into it. Takes time.
It's very
fun,
true.
And it's much better insight compared to what you're going to get here. Because I'm going to give you a half-ass. If we do a watch-along and he asks for my opinion, you're getting a half-ass response. Because I don't want half-ass listeners to the Bottom Line Cast. You're either all in.
Listen to everything we fucking do.
Yeah. This is a fucking cult.
Yeah, it's not like we have a Patreon and tell you to fucking pay $3 on Patreon to listen to our fucking special editions. Those are free.
This is free, motherfucker. And you get to listen to the whole match because there's background noise. So you know what my opinion of this match is? You want to know what my review is? It's 4 fucking stars. And you should listen to the watch.
Oh, man, that's fucking funny. All right, so
that's all I got. That's my opinion.
All right, so that's JV. I'll fucking help you out, guys, a little bit with this. I'm not going to go totally into detail because, like I said, I want you guys to fucking listen to what we did for that special edition watch-along that's coming out this Saturday. But the match starts out hot and heavy. You get them fucking bumping and brawling all over the ring. Steve Austin's going to come out with a fucking T-shirt. And we'll talk more about why he comes out with a fucking T-shirt instead of his vest. But The Rock comes out there like a big superstar. He finally has his non-big titty shirt on. So you got 2 major things going on. You got Austin in a T-shirt, and you have The Rock finally without a T-shirt. So they switch positions there. So you have that to start off the match, and it just starts off brawling, bumping and brawling all over the place. They head off into the tables. They go into the crowd back and forth, and in and up in the ramp, and they get some good action going on. Just very good action. Highlight of the whole pay-per-view also. WrestleMania 15, I think it's the shits. It's one of the shittiest WrestleManias in my opinion. Maybe in the middle level, since there's been so many WrestleManias, maybe it falls somewhere in the middle. But yeah, it's not one of the best. And maybe it's not one of the worst, but it's not something you would want to go back and watch other than this match. And if I do have to say, if you want to go watch this match, don't watch WrestleMania 15. Go to the WWE Network and watch WrestleMania Rewind. and they have a special edition of this match where they talk about the whole build-up to this match. They have special interviews with people talking about this match. They have Austin and The Rock talk about this match, and then they play the whole match, and then they have The Rock and Austin talk about this match after. So that's probably a better thing to go back and watch on the WWE Network is WrestleMania Rewind, Rock versus Austin, WrestleMania 15. So go watch that, and then also fucking listen to us. So anyway, you have Mike Chioda becomes a special referee. He's not even a special referee. He just becomes the referee because Vince McMahon comes stomping out saying he's the referee because Mankind can't be the ref. And Big Show he lost the match, so he's not the ref. So McMahon comes out, but then HBK comes out as the commissioner and says, "No, Vin Man, you're not the ref because the WWF rulebook says I can only choose who the special ref is." So everything goes to shit from there because why the fuck did we have all these matches for the past month for special ref stipulations when HBK was always the guy that could just say, "You're the ref, Mankind." Made no fucking sense, and that's just how the booking is at that point. So he appoints Mike Chioda. Mike Chioda is the referee for a while. You have this back and forth, like I said, bumping and brawling throughout the arena. And then we get to the point where we get a ref bump, so he's knocked out. He gets hit with a steel chair. Stone Cold hits him with a chair by accident. Jerry Lawler says he should be DQ'd. Jim Ross has to respond to Jerry Lawler, "Hey, this is no DQ match because Vince McMahon said this is no DQ on Heat prior to the show." And Jerry Lawler's like, "Oh, yeah, that's right." So nobody knows what the fuck's going on in this match. And then it just goes back and forth. And it's a fucking solid match. It's cool. It's exciting. It's fun. But you have a lot of whole twists and turns. Tim White comes in. He gets rock bottom. And then you get another ref. Earl Hebner comes in. And he pisses me the fuck off. And he gets beat down too. And then you get Mankind running in. And he's going to eventually make the cover when Stone Cold hits the stunner and wins the title again finally. And JR makes the announcement, Austin wins, Austin wins. And McMahon's face right after that is probably one of the best moments of the match where he's just like, "Oh, fuck. Everything I've been trying to do just fell apart right here." And then after that, it's like, all right, cool. Austin's celebrating. He's the champ again. Great. It's our boy, Austin. He's got his third title reign. But then fucking little Earl Hebner comes running into the ring. Like, you just got knocked the fuck out. You didn't make the 1, 2, 3 count for Austin. And here you are now running in like a little pussy boy. Like, he runs in, he gets his beer, Austin gives him a beer, and he jumps up like a maniac on the ropes. Like, yeah! Like, this isn't about you, motherfucker. Get the hell out of here. Like, if anything, Mankind should be sharing the beer. Because Mankind made the 3 count. Mankind's his former tag team champion. Mankind's a fucking wrestler. Who the fuck are you, Earl Hebner? You're a fucking chump. Know your role. He's fucking taking over the limelight. It's like Stone Cold Steve Austin's the biggest star, and even if Stone Cold said like, "Hey, have a beer," he should have said, "Nah." But no, he acts like a maniac, jumping on the ropes, like, "Yeah, yeah."
I liked it.
What the fuck? You liked it?
Yeah, I think I even said it on the watch along. I don't know. Maybe if you listen to it, you can prove me wrong. Maybe
I think you did say it, and then you're like, "Oh, he's never done this." And I did point out that he did do it on one of the extra attitudes.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it at the time either because it's like, all right, you can do it on the extra attitudes, but this is WrestleMania, motherfucker. Did you think the camera shut off?
Yeah.
Like, this should be an Austin moment, not Earl Hebner running around the ring like a fucking 5'6", 150-pound guy drinking 2 beers, getting all wild. You know, what the fuck? Anyway, that's just me on my Earl Hebner kick. Pissed off. Then McMahon comes out, and he starts yelling at Austin, you know, "This is my belt, it's my belt." And Austin punches him, which, I don't know. Austin's supposed to not punch McMahon. So who knows if this goes anywhere.
Yeah, questionable.
This might go somewhere. Maybe it won't. Maybe they will just forget about it and be like, yeah, we forgot about the stipulation. They could do that. I don't remember. I don't watch Forward. And it's been 20 years, so I don't remember. But yeah, that's kind of what wraps it up. And we'll definitely go into more detail on it on the special edition watch along this weekend on Saturday. So take a listen to that. JV said it was 4 skulls. I say it's 4.5 skulls. I gave it 4.5 skulls because I definitely rank it better than what I said with the St. Valentine's Day Massacre Steel Cage match. Yeah, I did. So I had to all right, this is a little bit better than that.
Now your ratings are fucked.
No,
for the rest of the time.
It hasn't been
all it takes is
any
one.
more 5 stars since Bret Hart.
I'm gonna call out though.
Since Bret Hart in Austin at WrestleMania 13. All right.
Be aware of it.
I got to be careful with. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start going 4.25. All right. So Austin wins the title there, and that brings us now to Attitude Era update. Now, we want to try to fucking fly through some of this shit. So we're just gonna give you a little rundown of what's happening here on the Attitude Era. With the other shit going on, the storylines playing out throughout these past couple of weeks as we usually do, and also give you the WrestleMania update on what happened there. So we had a feud going on with the Ministry of Darkness and the Corporation. So there is a big thing going on with McMahon and Undertaker where you have this home invasion. A big home invasion on Raw 303 from March 15th, 1999. And they attack McMahon's house, and it becomes a big to-do throughout the whole episode. And the cops show up, and they disappear. And I thought it was pretty cool. I think this was one of the cooler episodes of Raw that we've watched in, 1999 at least, March 15th, where there's this invasion going on throughout the night. JV, what's your thoughts on this little home invasion?
Well, I like all the this Taker shit. I loved it, the Ministry shit. So, it's like the horror aspect, which we've covered in previous episodes. The horror aspect of the Taker is when he's at his best, and he's attacking the owner's family now. So this is like a totally different,
right? And he's bringing up this. I'm gonna attack this girl, this lady, and Stephanie hasn't been introduced to us yet, so we don't know about her at this point. So
yeah, it's more insight to the McMahon family. So the biggest heel on television, we're getting more. It crosses the line of reality.
So what really comes down to it is, that goes on for a while. There's so much going on between the Ministry and the Corporation. From Raw to Heat, week to week, it's always some kind of combination of fights between Viscera, Midian, and Test, and anybody in the Corporation. So that goes on back and forth, but The Rock does have a match with the Big Boss Man on Heat 34, which is just a week before WrestleMania, and squashes him, basically. And then you get to, WrestleMania, and the Big Boss Man has been set up to have a match with The Undertaker, and it's supposed to be a Hell in a Cell match. And The Undertaker is gonna defeat the Big Boss Man, but then he's gonna fucking hang the guy. He's gonna hang him with a noose.
I remember this was disturbing when I first saw it. I remember thinking wow,
fucking crazy. And this is probably one of the more memorable moments, other than the Austin Rock match from WrestleMania 15. So that's kind of how that goes up to that point. So, and this is going to continue. This is going to be one of the major storylines moving forward. Is this corporation and the Ministry feud going forward? And Austin's even going to get involved in this in the months going forward. So that's something we need to keep our eye on. And then the next thing we have is the Corporation versus DX feud, and that was a double feud. So you had Triple H in China along with Kane, and then you had the Shane McMahon and X-Pac. So that all culminated at WrestleMania with Kane defeating Triple H by DQ when China comes into the ring and enters the ring, hits Kane in the back of the head with the steel chair. You get the fucking San Diego Chicken popping out during this. And who's the San Diego Chicken going to turn out to be? Do you remember? Yeah, Pete Rose, baby.
Pete Rose.
Kane's going to come out right after that, hit the tombstone on Rose. Triple H gives Kane a chair shot and finishes with the pedigree onto the chair. And Triple H and China embrace and they leave the ring together. So China and Triple H are back together again at this point, which pisses me off because why make her turn in the first place? Yep, stupid.
Yep, weird.
Yeah, it's like all that shit.
Fireballs and shit involved. Fucking
and
odd.
that is when you start to see like the Vince Russo booking. Where it's like, all right, he just wanted to do cool shit every week and then not have a story. All right, that was cool, but where's it going? So then we get to now the European title match. Fucking Shane McMahon's the European champ. He's along with Test. And he's actually going to pin fucking X-Pac. Because the Mean Street Posse is going to help him out. So there you have that. So Shane, just 20 years ago. Not just 20 years ago, but fucking 20 years ago. Still in the picture. And there it is. It starts there. And it's a short match. It's Shane in his early days, but with X-Pac, it makes for a pretty decent match if you go back and watch, in my opinion. Because X-Pac can make even Shane McMahon look good at that point. Now onto the IC title picture, which has been Val Venus, Billy Gunn, Shamrock, Goldust, all fucking bunch of bullshit going on. Yeah, all the mid-card, basically.
Yeah, the whole mid-card.
And their WrestleMania match is Road Dogg, who jumps into the picture at the last fucking second, which made no sense to me, because Road Dogg was in the hardcore picture, Billy Gunn was in the IC picture, and then they made a fucking little switcheroo just in the last couple weeks before WrestleMania, and they both won the titles. Road Dogg won the IC title. Fucking Billy Gunn won the hardcore title. Makes no sense to me at all. But that's what happened. And Road Dogg's going to defeat Goldust, Val Venus, Ken Shamrock in a fatal 4-way match at WrestleMania. And in the hardcore match, Hardcore Holly, thankfully, is going to win the title. At least Billy Gunn doesn't hang on to it. Hardcore Holly beats Al Snow and Billy Gunn to take that title. In the tag team picture, you had Jeff Jarrett and Owen Hart as the champions for a while, and they're actually going to retain the fucking titles against a random tag team, D'Lo Brown and Test, who had previously on Heat won an Invitational Battle Royal, a Battle Royal that had just random people in it. Like, it was whoever the last two people in the match, they were a tag team at the end, which is fucking so dumb. And like the big, if you go back and watch Heat 35 from March 28th, 1999, which is the pre-show. If you go back and watch that, the commentary is, the Public Enemy, Johnny Grunge and Rocker Rock. Everybody wants to go after them. Like, that's the fucking villains in this match. Like, everyone hates them because they were in ECW and WCW, so everyone wants to eliminate them. And they're the first two eliminated. So that was like a talking point in this match, which is so fucking dumb. So you have D'Lo Brown and Test win. And my thinking was, even though I shouldn't even think about this match because it's so dumb, but D'Lo and Godfather should have won the match, at least. Like, two people that teamed together before to compete against them, but I guess they didn't care about changing the titles at all, and they just wanted to keep it on Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett. So they retained the titles there. And then you get Sable in the Tori saga continuing, and Sable's being a big bitch lately, showing off her Playboy shoot and bringing Jerry Lawler to the Playboy Mansion and being a little bitch about it. And that whole thing just sucks. But she's going to have a match with Tori, her stalker, at WrestleMania, and she's going to beat her in just 5 minutes. I can't even believe it lasted 5 minutes. That's pretty ridiculous. Where some matches last like 3 minutes. Her match lasts 5 minutes. She gives a sable bomb to Tori, but the main thing coming out of that match is Nicole Bass. No, Cole Bass from Howard Stern shows up. And, yeah, freaking huge Amazon.
Yep,
and
the Amazon woman.
Man, nothing great about her at all. Ugh. Okay. No. Nobody's
Hell no.
type. What the fuck?
Not my type.
So yeah, Nicole Bass debuts there, and Sable wins. And then we had the Jim Ross shit, which was your least favorite thing to happen last week. That was one of your all hell. That was your all hell no last week, right? Was Jim Ross? Yeah, Jim Ross and Dr. Death.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, it started off pretty good,
Stupid,
and just becomes shit. So Jim Ross and Dr. Death continue on, and Dr. Death is very protective of Jim Ross, and he's going to have a match with the Hardys, and he's going to kick the shit out of the Hardys. One of their early segments here where he's going to go handicap and just kick the shit out of Jeff and Matt. And Dr. Death gives another fucking brutal suplex to Jeff Hardy, just like he did to the guy that impersonated JR, which was Ed Ferrara, who was the writer for WWF and WCW along with Vince Russo. Another fucking brutal ass drop on the head, it looked like. Then the following week on Raw 304, just a week before WrestleMania, JR and Dr. Death, because Dr. Death apparently is like this college guy because he went to Oklahoma, and JR is all about college football. They're at a fucking frat party. Fucking frat party. They're at a teak party, TKE.
Yeah, I didn't even know what the fuck that meant.
No, I did. So this is one of the things I wanted to mention. I went to a bunch of teak parties back in 2001, and actually, I shouldn't even share the story. Never mind. So I didn't want to bring it up. But there was a bunch of fucking whores, and yeah, at this party, they're all chanting JR, 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 but at the party I was at, they were chanting something totally different.
I know now.
Okay, you know what it is now?
Yeah.
I told you before?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We'll just end the story now.
Okay, all right, we're done with that story. You can figure it out for yourself. All right, so the funny thing, though, not even funny, but fucking Hardcore Holly shows up at the party, and you can tell it's like a legit fucking frat house. Hardcore Holly just shows up and, like, bashes the shit out of it. So that's all that happens there. And that's pretty much it, other than one other match that happens at WrestleMania. That's probably the most memorable match, other than the main event and the Big Boss Man hanging, is Butterbean knocks the fuck out of Bart Gunn.
Yeah. Poor guy.
In one round. It starts in the first round and in 47 seconds. And it's the last time that not Vince McMahon, Gorilla Monsoon is going to be on TV. Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon's last TV appearance was fucking a Butterbean versus Bart Gunn match. After all that.
That sucks.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap things up here. Move on now to the bottom line wrap up, and let's take a look at what's happening on the house show. And I can probably guarantee it's going to be a bunch of more tornado matches, which is what's been going on for the past couple of weeks with Austin. So here we are on March 19th, 1999. You got Steve Austin and Mankind versus The Rock and Kane in a Texas tornado match in New Orleans, Louisiana. At least that's close to Texas. Anyway, and then we go on to Austin, Texas, March 20th, and you get the same match. So, again, that's at least in Texas. Then we move on to March 21st, 1999 in Rochester, New York, and you have Austin Mankind defeating The Rock and Kane in a fucking Texas tornado match. Can't they just change the name of the matches to fit the fucking locale? Everything's got to be a Texas tornado match?
I don't fucking
What
know.
the fuck's that even mean? Texas tornado match.
It's a fucking character.
Yeah. All right, so that was it. There wasn't much going on in the house shows because they were going right to WrestleMania there. So that's that. JV, what's your oh hell yeah moment of the week?
WrestleMania main event.
Oh, man, it's fucking hard to beat that.
Actually, no, I'm kidding. It's the beer moment.
Hey, you fucking fucked me up. You tricked me.
It's the fucking beer truck.
All right.
You tricked me earlier when you're like, oh, what about?
Damn.
It's fucking the beer truck.
No.
It's the beer truck, dude. It's fucking
No, it's
Coors
gotta
Light.
be.
It's the beer truck.
All right, that's what I was going to say.
McMahon swimming in the ring.
Yeah, that's fucking what it is. Yeah.
It's fucking late. I'm a little delirious. A little fucking confused. It's the beer truck.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, fucking oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah is the beer truck. I don't give a fuck you won the title.
Yeah, that's a fucking ultimate hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking squirt everyone with beer. Oh hell yeah, dude. That's so Stone Cold.
Right, he's
said earlier.
already won the title at this point, and I know he's gonna lose it in like fucking 3 months. So
yeah.
Fucking the moment is the beer truck, Vince McMahon swimming in that shit. That's an oh hell yeah moment of the week. And we already did our oh hell no's of the week. So let's fucking move on from that. So upcoming this week on the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast, this Saturday again, special edition, live commentary, watch along Austin and The Rock from WrestleMania 15 to get our full details and our full commentary of that match. Check it out this Saturday. Then next week on episode 45, we'll be covering Raw's 305 through 307, which is March 29th through April 12th, 1999. And we're heading to Backlash 1999, where Austin and The Rock are going to have a rematch. So that's what's coming up here on the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. Please take a look at our podcast friends, starting first with Talking Taker, the career of The Undertaker, where Alex and Travis are breaking down the career pay-per-view by pay-per-view of The Undertaker. They're currently in 2004. So take a listen to Alex Dorio tell you all about his podcast.
Dead man walking.
Oh, hell yeah. What's up, Stone Cold fans? This is Alex Dorio, one of the hosts of Talking Taker. And along with my co-host and fellow creature of the night, Travis White, we are digging up the career of the dead man, one pay-per-view match at a time, on a podcast journey that's a lot like what you're listening to right now on the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast. So if you're enjoying what Mike and JV are doing here, going through the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin, come check us out as we explore The Undertaker's 3 decades of destruction. We're right in the midst of the Biker Taker era right now, so you can jump right in or start over from the beginning and hear us discuss The Undertaker's side of the story from his many battles with the Rattlesnake, The Rock, Mankind, and more. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, YouTube, Spotify, and more. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Talking Taker. Thanks to Mike and JV for letting us plug the show, and take her easy. What? I said take her easy.
All right, so be sure to check out Talking Taker and also check out Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast where they're covering NWA World Championship Wrestling, the Saturday night episodes from back in the 80s, and they're currently in 1988, and this week on Thursday, they are covering April 23rd, 1988, and they also on Sundays drop Smoky Mountain Wrestling episodes, and they do the Smoky Mountain Wrestling recap, and they are doing episode 157 this week on Sunday, January 28th, 1995. So definitely check out Mike Mills, Hard Buddy Hopper, and Doc Turner, the unprofessional, talking about old school wrestling from the 80s and early 90s. Also, check out our boy, Jay Free, on Free a Geek. JV, any words to add about Free a Geek this week?
I don't know what their most recent episode was, but last week I got caught up on, I think it was episode 74, where they cover The Boys.
Yeah, that's
Amazon show,
yeah,
which was really good coverage. So if you're on the fence about watching it and you're looking to get a little bit more insight as to what the show's about, that Free Your Geek episode is a great place to start. And then they also discuss the Curse of the White Knight comic book art, Batman comic book art, which where they briefly cover the first issue and then kind of bring everyone up to speed that hadn't read, the prequel to that, which was Batman the White Knight.
all right. So definitely check out Free Your Geek, and there's many other things that you'd be interested in with Freeing Your Geek. JV and I have done few episodes in the past on that show. Also, talking about comics and wrestling and shit. So a lot of good stuff.
I mean, their episode titles are pretty informative.
Yeah.
So if there's something you're looking, I mean, they cover anything from pop culture related to Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, comic books, video games. So there's some. If one of your flavors is on their episode list,
damn sure. All right, and again, if you want more of JV and I, we also have the Extreme ECW Livecast, and again, that's on the Book in the Territory Patreon feed, so that's patreon.com, and it's a $5 tier, so if you're interested in paying for more content, JV and I are on a show there, and they have numerous other shows that, are worth your while if you like old school wrestling from the 80s and 90s. And we're just an added bonus there. So if you want more of us, we're there. And this week we just did the Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular for ECW from June 19th, 1993. So JV and I had a great time doing that. So check us out on that if you want to give us a chance. So just give us a chance for a month and see what they have on there. And since this is the Bottom Line Wrestling Cast, the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin, I did want to point out a show that Steve Austin just did recently. It's a YouTube show. It's free. It's called Hot Ones, and it's a show that's been going on for a while. It's basically a interview show with celebrities, and they eat hot wings, different flavors of hot sauce and shit, and they talk about their careers, and Stone Cold Steve Austin just did one this past week, just after his appearance on Raw, and his interview with Hulk Hogan on his podcast. He did this show called Hot Ones on YouTube, where he went through the challenge of the hot wings and gave an interview about his career. And he fucking gave a great interview. And the dude didn't break a sweat eating these fucking hot wings all the way up to the highest hot wing flavor. So our dude is a fucking stone cold in his veins. He doesn't even fucking sweat when he gets to the highest hot wing flavor. Whereas people like Mark Cuban, Shaq would just run in circles swearing and fucking going nuts. Stone Cold's keeping his composure. He sits in his fucking seat, doesn't even go nuts. So it's awesome. So check out Hot Ones on YouTube for a cool interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin talking about his life and his career. And to reach out to us, I'm Mike Prue. I'm at MPRU83. JV is at John Van Damage, and we are at the Bottom Line Cast on Twitter. And if you want to help us out on our Extreme ECW Livecast page, we're at Extremecast. If you want to also help us out on our iTunes for the Bottom Line Cast, give us a 5-star review, and write up the review too, and say good words and help us out there, because I think it makes things better for us. And as I said at the top of the show, things have just been getting better for us. So help it. Help us out even more. If you're a supporter, if you listen to us every week, we only benefit. It only helps us to spread the word. So please do that. And if you want to just spread your words to your friends, just tell them. We're on any podcast platform out there. iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Spotify, whatever the fuck. We're out there. So
yeah, they know.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up, bro.
Yeah. That's it. So JV obviously has nothing else to say.
Nothing.
I'm Mike Prue along with JV. We're the fuck out of here. Hope you enjoy your week. See you next week. So long.